Hey, what's going on out there? Mini Bike Tom here. I'm going to show you my remedy for governor removal. I think everybody has their own. Some people repeat it. Maybe this is already on there, but I'll show you mine. Up here on top I have the standard throttle plate and a carburetor, exactly like the one that's on here. And I'll bring you back over to this other mini bike here that has no gas tank on it. What I've got here, and I'll show you the top side. Your governor arm, it has a very long rod that goes to it, and I will be reusing that for the governor cheat on this one here. The spring, here's the original spring. That spring could be used to go from anywhere up here not connected to the throttle arm and back to your governor arm, just to kind of hold tension on it so it's not just flopping around as you're driving. Might make a difference not to have it just really loose, or find some other kind of spring to keep a little tension on it like I have here. This spring could be used for a throttle return spring. Back as the other video I had, I did cut the lever off to keep me from tapping that wide open. And okay, back to the plate on the throttle and the rod. You can reuse this long rod that goes to your throttle. You can cut it down. What you want it to do is hook on to the bottom side of the plate where this rod is. It already has the natural bend to it, so you can fit it through there. Measure how far back it goes, and you need to put a downward bend on it, what you think is the right distance, so it fits down into your throttle hole right here. Now, it's not going to fit down there easily. You're going to have to loosen up the two bolts that hold the carburetor onto its studs, and you're going to have to slide it down the studs till you get this turned right, and then this rod will drop into that hole. Now, when measuring your rod from this point here to the point where it fits in the top of your carburetor, let me get that in here. If you make it too short, it will pull on the throttle and give you acceleration. You will not be able to unthrottle it. If you make it too long, that's good, because it will hold the throttle shut. You'll have to adjust your throttle by using the throttle idle adjust screw, and that's exactly the way you want it. So if you have to make the rod and make a mistake, it has to be too long. So this one here would be one that I would put into the throttle plate bracket. I would measure it off back to where it needs to bend, and I would put a 90-degree bend downward, keeping in relationship which way your rod is. Put a 90-degree bend down and cut off the excess rod that you don't need. Loosen up your carburetor, slide it out, get that rod in there and slide it back together, and make sure your carburetor is in the closed position. Your throttle blade is in the closed position when this is relaxed. And you can either keep the original spring that you have here, or you can modify another spring. This one here has no extra spring on it, and it has quite, it's no problem coming back. As you see, it's one for one. There's no spring, there's no governor. It is wide open. You can get an undershot of it. I don't think you can on this one very good. I'll shoot the other one. Let's go over to my Montgomery Ward's trail horse. This one here. Like that. Said too long is good, too short will pull on your throttle and you'll have to make another one. So that's a good governor bypass for those. Do keep a little tension on the arm. The other motor, if you can remove the arm totally, pull the governor assembly out of the box, out of the block, and then put a plug in there. That's the best way. I've actually had the governor arm float free. Within the governor assembly, there's a plastic piece in there. It actually shredded the plastic and got it stuck in the compression release twice. I had to take the motor apart and get the plastic out of the compression release because it wouldn't start. But all right, that's my idea. If yours is better, go ahead and put a video or correct it anyhow. That's it. Take it easy. Later from Sonora. Bye.